Hey there guys, welcome back to another awesome video. It's time for another movie review. And today's movie review was once again requested to me by my viewer, pal, YouTuber, Sky Guy. And now that I'm reviewing this movie for you, Sky Guy, you have to do Pixels and 2019's Aladdin coming soon. Or sometime soon. But anyways, today's movie review is going to be of Fant4stic. I know it's 2015's Fantastic Four, but everyone calls it Fant4stic. So you know what? I'm going to call it Fant4stic. I don't think it deserves to be called Fantastic Four. It's four in the name, so Fant4stic. So Fant4stic is like the third or fourth attempt by Fox to make another Fantastic Four movie. They've done it 3 times already. They've done 4 movies. And this time around, it's basically the Fantastic Four again. But they're younger. They're in their high school years, college years, whatever years it is. I don't even remember. Unfortunately, I don't care to remember. But I will say something interesting about this movie that I do have, not a fond memory of, but I have a memory of. And that is, I remember when I first saw this in theaters, and at first I thought it was okay. Like, I was actually thinking along the lines that this was not too bad as everyone said it is. But then, after seeing it so many times, I realized how much worse it is. So, one thing I will say, and I will, I guess, feel sympathy for, is this movie was directed by Josh Trank, and I feel bad for the guy, because he was probably just given what Fox was telling him to do. I don't think this was his direction. I don't think he had full control of this movie, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I do feel bad for him. In a sense, like I said, I feel Fox probably told him to do it this way, and maybe he had a different approach. And that's the only sympathy I have for this movie, other than maybe the actors, because the cast, my gosh, the cast I feel bad for, because these people, these actors, were coming off of such great performances. And not even that, these people were nominated and Academy Award winners. From Miles Teller, who did Whiplash, from Michael B. Jordan, who did Creed, from I forgot the actress who plays Invisible Woman, but she was in The Martian. And I don't know what the actor who was the Thing, if he did anything good or not, but hey, I feel bad for the guy because he's in such a shit show. And how lifeless and almost colorless and gray this is. And freaking the one thing that probably pisses me off the most in terms of this cast is Toby Kebbell. I mean, they really just screwed up Dr. Doom here, the more I think about it. Like, at first I was kind of like, hey, he seems fine, but then, man, he just seems like a douchebag, and you just don't give a shit about his Dr. Doom, and he just doesn't feel like Victor Von Doom. He feels himself like a college douche. And it disappoints me even more because the dude was fucking Koba from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And that was a more compelling villain than what 2015's Fant4stic delivered compared to that movie. And that was a year ago that Toby Kebbell was Koba from 2015 to 2014. But and everything else is just a mess, and they were trying to set up a sequel, and there's no color to it. There's very any life into it. This was just Fox trying to go, hey, we don't want to give up our rights to Disney, to the Fantastic Four so soon. We want to keep holding on to that tiny little aspect we have left of Fant4stic and the Fantastic Four and this franchise, and we can do it again. We can attempt something good, and it's like, you tried, you failed. This is the 3rd time, 4th time. I don't know what this has been. I know there was one in the 90s that was horrendous. There was one that was in 2004, 2005, which was okay. Then Rise of the Silver Surfer happened. That was a shit show, and this is probably, I don't know if this is worse than Rise of the Silver Surfer, but then again, I really hate Rise of the Silver Surfer at the same time too. But the only thing I can really say, only thing I guess positive is I feel bad for the cast, and I feel bad for the director and anyone else that was kind of like, we have this idea, but Fox told us to go down this route, make it a little more grittier, a little more, like, we're going, like, into this basically, like, all sorts of grays and dark colors and broods and whatever, and misunderstandings, and also just, and even the writing's just not as great as you remember, and even looking back on it, it's not as great as I remembered. What else to say? I'm gonna give Fant4stic an F. Just straight up an F. So, Fant4stic, do you guys actually like this movie? Or do you think this could have done better? Actually, you know what? Forget any thoughts on Fant4stic, since probably no one out there likes this movie. Let me know in the comments instead, what are your thoughts, your ideas, or predictions on what the MCU can do for the Fantastic Four? Like, who would you want to see as the Fantastic Four? Who would you want to see as Doctor Doom? How would you want this to play out in the MCU? Do you think this will play out in like a bigger role, like Doctor Doom will be like the big bad for the Avengers? Let me know your thoughts, your castings, whatever, for the MCU's Fantastic Four, because we can get excited about that, because now Disney owns Fox and Disney owns the Fantastic Four. So now we have acquired those rights to the MCU. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified. I do new videos every day, if not every week. Share the video with your family and friends, all that good stuff and more. And leave some suggestions in the comment section as always. Whatever it is, you name it, I'll look into it as soon as possible. If you check out my last video I did a my first ever live collab with my good old buddy Peaky Arrow, and I plan to do one, I don't know about this week, but maybe next week. We'll see what happens. And I'll have more Marvel stuff coming out for Marvel Madness happening soon, with reviews like Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, and any other suggestions you guys have for March Marvel Madness. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.